Ladies and gentlemen of the board, my name is Louis Cha. I'm the head game developer of Lindsay Unified High School submission to Cyberquest. Unfortunately, I am unable to come physically, however I am able to present to all of you the mock-up of the game Surviving Torrents or Ravaging Manifestations, Storm for short. In this little presentation, we will go through the game process made in Unity, as well as some actions that we took during the entire development process. First off, let's start with the actual game design document. Here you can see pretty much everything that we had planned for the game. However, most of the things that we came up with weren't actually implemented into the game because of time constraints. So some things we were in the process of doing were implementing the resource management to this game and also the crafting management to this game. And here you can also see some of the natural disasters that we came up with. We first came up with an earthquake scenario because we are living here in California and we live relatively close to the San Andreas fault line. However, we went with a flood scenario because mostly every single biome has a danger of flooding. So when we go into Unity, here you can see the hierarchy view, the project view, and the inspector view. Here you can also see that we have some houses on sea level, a little barrier, and a little house here on the top. More on that later. So here we have our water. But what would happen if this water would suddenly start to rise? So those houses that were on sea level are no longer at sea level, except for one. One of the houses that we created is placed on top of this hill. And you can see it's a lot different from the other buildings that we have. Instead of the living quarters being at the bottom here, instead they're at the top. And plus, we designed this building to where if the sea level would start to flood this house, then these little support beams up here would actually detach and inflate balloons as a contingency plan. Also, on top of this hill, we would have supply caches. So in the case of a flood by either a heavy storm or the polar ice caps melting because of trapped carbon dioxide, you will need to have buildings or shelters in higher elevations. You need to have a supply cache to store any supplies, but the populace has to make sure that they have the responsibility of making their way to the top by either walking, driving, or what have you.